Hello, this is Billy Core from the Nostalgia Mall, and we're here today with the 27-inch Sony Trinitron from the year 2000. This is a TV we bought new at Montgomery Ward at Carolina Circle Mall back in 2001 when Montgomery Ward was going out of business, I do believe. And connected to this TV is a Raspberry Pi Model 2 running RetroPie. This is what I use for emulating old game consoles and stuff like that, so I can play them in my recliner here on the big screen. But I'm going to be doing a more in-depth video on RetroPie later on, possibly pretty soon actually. But I'm just going to show you one little aspect of RetroPie that I think is pretty cool. Because, well, you can do this on anything you can connect a Raspberry Pi to, but the fact that it's connected to a giant CRT is pretty cool. Well, at least I think it's cool. You might not. So we'll go ahead and turn the TV on. It's very loud when it comes on. Go over to my AV switcher, switch it to number 2 there. Wait for the TV to warm up. And there we go, we're in RetroPie here. First, let me get my game controller so we can navigate. I'd show you the Raspberry Pi, but it's behind the TV, and I don't feel like getting it out right now. I'll probably knock something loose. But what I want to show you is somewhere over here. Aha. That's not it. Here we go, here we go. Notice it says MS-DOS. Well, all this really is just DOSBox. Just like you can run on any PC or your cell phone, stuff like that. Go ahead and start DOSBox. And at this point we're going to switch over to this wireless keyboard and mouse from Logitech. And I'm going to change directory. This is a 16 gigabyte SD card that's in this Raspberry Pi. I think you can see where I'm going with this. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is Windows 3.1 running on a big 27-inch Trinitron television. And again, I know, this is not the most amazing thing in the world. I think it's kind of cool, and this video is for people who also find this stuff kind of cool. Because this is pretty much running operating systems on things where this operating system would normally not be seen. Anyway, you can see the refresh rate on here is kind of wobbly. It's kind of hurts my eyes a little bit if you look at it too long. Let me turn the volume up here. But yeah, this is full-fledged Windows 3.1. Of course, it's emulated. We've got our mouse cursor here. Really don't have anything installed in Windows right now. Got your Solitaire, which I've said before, I have no clue how to play this. And Minesweeper. So yeah, really cool here. Has the SVGA driver and the sound driver. Of course, this emulates the Sound Blaster 16. And emulates it very well, I must say. In fact, we're going to do a quick little Canyon test. And this is, of course, connected via composite RCA. The little headphone jacked thing on the Raspberry Pi can double as either a speaker / headphone output or composite output. And of course it also has HDMI, but I'm not using that. It's a little quiet, but So yeah, MIDI works just fine in here, and you can pretty much run all kinds of Windows 3.1 games on here. Most of them. I've had a lot of games that don't run on here because it's expecting an actual version of MS-DOS that Windows is running on top of, and of course this is not. I know 3D Ultra Pinball and The Incredible Machine do not run on here, which is unfortunate. But that's where emulators like PCM come in handy. Of course you can't run it on a Raspberry Pi. Well, probably you can, but not on this kind of setup. Got our clock here. And it is not 11 p.m., it's actually 6 p.m. I believe this is using Unix time because RetroPie runs on some kind of form of Linux. So yeah, this is really cool. And of course you can run Windows 95 in DOSBox as well, but it is very, very difficult to get up and running. I've tried it several times. It's never been a pleasant experience. Again, that's where PCM comes in handy for. Now, if you're wondering how to do this, I did make a video about 5 years ago showing how to run Windows 3.1 in DOSBox, which, of course, that was DOSBox running in Windows, but the concept is about the same for RetroPie. You've just got to copy all your DOS and Windows files over to the DOSBox directory on your Raspberry Pi. I have this Raspberry Pi connected to my network so I can access it from my main computer. So yeah, very, very cool. So yeah, I guess that'll about do it for this video. I know it's not a very long video, but other than it running on a big CRT on RetroPie, this is really just your box standard Windows 3.1. And of course we can just type in exit and we can head back into the RetroPie interface. And again, I'll be doing a more detailed video on RetroPie pretty soon because there is a lot of fun stuff you can do with this. So do expect that in the near future. But until next time, this is Billy Core reminding you that we have new videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and sometimes in between if there's a special event. And until next time, Billy Core signing off.